10 years ago, it would have been so much easier to be successful on YouTube than it is today, is what people are saying. I completely disagree with that, and I want to explain that in this video. Let's travel back in time, shall we? To 2016. So what was YouTube really like? There were 1 billion users already on YouTube in 2016, compared to, and I've got some notes so I get these numbers right, 2.74 billion users today. Channels, there were 50 million channels back then, and today there are 115 million channels. And this one really got me. There were 500 million videos uploaded to YouTube back then, and 10 years ago, compared to 20 billion today. But not only that, there are 20 million new videos uploaded to YouTube every single day now. All right, so that means 20 million times 20, works out to 23 days. 23 days from now, another 500 million will be uploaded, right? It'll only take 23 days to upload as many videos as existed in total on YouTube 10 years ago. So the size of YouTube is just astronomically huge. It's way bigger than it was. AdSense revenue was much lower back then, 10 years ago. Advertisers were spending $6 to $7 billion. That's what YouTube was collecting in revenue, advertising revenue back then, compared to $50 billion today. But yeah, AdSense payouts were a whole lot less. Advertisers weren't paying as much back then. It was more of a novelty than it is today. Today, it's more an established industry. And also sponsors, right? The sponsor industry was there 10 years ago, but certainly not to the level it is today. So like back then, sponsors were really only paying the top creators, whereas today, even smaller creators can get sponsor deals, right? So that industry has, it hardly existed back then, and is huge today. Let's talk about technology, right? What was that like in 2016? So think about being a YouTuber back then. You would need to get a camera, right, to film your videos just like today. But if you wanted to replicate what you can get out of a phone camera today, you would have needed to spend thousands on a high-end DSLR camera that was not easy to learn, right? It's complicated. Computers, video editing. Wow, has that ever come a long way? Computers are so much faster today than they were back then. So imagine you capture a video on a camera. You figure out how to get it over to your computer in 2016. That was more complicated than it is today. And then you have to edit your video. So you've got to get editing software. You wouldn't have had near the choice that you do today. Today there are so many free choices, right? There are free editing programs you can use. And the ones that aren't free can do so much more than they could back then. You didn't have the resources back then that you do today. So just go on YouTube, right, and search how to edit a video for beginners. And there are tons of choices for you to learn how to do that today. That didn't exist back then. Everybody was on their own. You had to figure that stuff out. So I think those are the types of things people are forgetting. Internet connection. People's internet connections were generally a lot slower 10 years ago than they are today. A lot of people have high-speed internet connections today that did not 10 years ago. So not only would your slower computer take forever to render a video back then, it would then take forever to upload that video to the internet, to YouTube. Making thumbnails, right? I don't know when Canva started, but again, there are just so many more tools today to help you with YouTube than existed back then. You've got AI today to help you with scripting and idea generation, thumbnail text, and all that stuff, just to do research, to learn as well. Like if you needed to learn how to use a piece of software, a lot of people don't go to YouTube anymore. They'll just go to ChatGPT or Claude and ask how to do things. That didn't exist either. So if you took a creator from today and dropped them into 2016, say somebody who just recently started with YouTube, they would be shocked at the things they would need to learn how to do, and probably the things they'd need to buy in order to do YouTube. And I think a lot of people tend to forget that, or they're just not thinking about that. Basically, I think we tend to romanticize the past, and we forget, or we don't think about the opportunities that are staring us right in the face. But there is a reason why 2016 might have been the best time to start that I would agree with. But before I get into that, a quick word from our sponsor of this video, oneof10.com. I've been spending more time up front on my videos. with research and things like that. And one of the tools that I've been using lately is 1 of 10. What I like about 1 of 10 is it lets me see what's actually working, so I'm not guessing as much. Instead of going out, filming a video, editing it, and then finding out that it doesn't land, I'll use 1 of 10 to search for outlier videos first. By looking at the outliers, it'll help me understand what's performing in my niche, and it also helps me with a topic I might want to explore in my next video. I also use the idea generator, which gives me ideas based on what's been working on my channel. I don't use the thumbnails it creates for me here, although you can. I just use them to give me ideas. And once I've got the idea dialed in, I then use the title generator to help me come up with the perfect title for my video. There's also a thumbnail generator, which is fantastic at creating great looking thumbnails, but for me, the real value right now is just making better decisions before I go out and film something. Because if your idea doesn't grab attention right away, your thumbnail and title are probably not getting clicked. I'll leave a link below where you can get your first month of 1 of 10 for $1 if you want to check it out. So why is today probably the best time to start YouTube? Because everybody's got a camera in their pocket and that's all you need to record. There is free editing software everywhere, or relatively inexpensive software if you want to level up. Computers are much more powerful, and the ability to learn what you need to do, like how to use an editing program or how to film videos, tutorials on all that stuff is so plentiful on YouTube. And you can use AI to also help you learn that stuff. The analytics available to you today is so much better than it used to be. YouTube keeps upgrading it all the time. So you can really dial in why your videos may not be working or why some are, right? And that can help you make better decisions on what videos to make next. In many ways, it's never been easier to get started. So now why do I think 10 years ago might have been the best time to start? It's got less to do with tech and YouTube itself, and it's got more to do with you. And your life and where you're at. If you had started 10 years ago, as hard as it may have been, 10 years, let's say you were doing 1 video a week, you'd have 500 videos on your channel by now. You'd also have 10 years of experience right now. You'd be an established YouTuber with credibility, and you'd be exactly where you want to be right now. So let me ask you a question. 10 years from now, what do you want to be saying? Do you want to be saying, I wish I had started 10 years ago? Or would you rather say, I'm some glad I started 10 years ago, right? Huge difference. Think about that for a minute. Now think about this. 10 years from now, somebody's going to make a video called The Best Time to Start a YouTube Channel Was 10 Years Ago. And they'll be referring to today, right? Let that sink in.